Master, pick up the piggy ear. I must speak with you. Can you see this?
What in all of... Tobias! What is this?
I don't know, that Lord.
Raphael K.
You are Magda.
Shivani to the Roma. Magda knows the forces of the earth.
Some would call that a witch. Tomorrow, I go to the castle to kill Mallos and save your women. Now, who's with me?
I told you this was a bad idea!
Let's go!
If I was caught, would you have come back from me?
There was no other way.
Are you aware I was once a boar? Our Dark Lord saw fit to make me a two-footer. If I serve him well, I get to rejoin my family. They're all out there in the yard.
I want you to feel good. Goodwin. Goodwin.
I'll surrender to you without a fight if you let him go. Take him home.
An oath sworn is an oath answered. An oath of vengeance for a life taken, a past destroyed, a future threatened. Enemy of darkness, his battle eternal, he walks the earth relentless. His mission, to hunt the messengers of evil and drive them back to hell. Now, the light of the earth depends on the Immortal.
I can't believe you let Mallos get so close to you.
It was the only way I could keep control of him. I just let my anger get the better sense of my judgment. And of course, he was counting on it.
But Rafe, you'd been building up to this meeting for 200 years. You were bound to act first, think later.
It's unacceptable when lives are at stake.
So what about Goodwin and the Gypsies? Did they bust you out?
I guess you could say that. But it's more complicated. I had no way of knowing how evil Mallos' demon trickery could be. I was in for some surprises. But then so was he.
I can't talk about this anymore.
Goodwin, please!
I never should have let Raphael take on Mallos alone.
But you could be killed.
True, but what about the others? What about Kristoff? The only way to destroy evil is to face it. Raphael knows that. I let myself forget it.
Because of me.
Because for the first time in my life, I have someone else to live for. If I stay here and do nothing, I'm not the man you deserve.
Be careful. Return to me.
Don't worry, boyo. Someone's looking after your job. And how are we, old friend? Can I get you anything?
As soon as I shed this spell you've laid on me, you'll taste my steel, Mallos.
Now that should prove interesting. You see, the restraints you have are spun from the finest webs of my select breed of spiders. Stronger than iron, and deadly effective. However, should you manage to escape through some act of wizardry, rest assured that I should cut you down within the blink of an eye. Have you actually seen a man's eyes just before he expires? I have. Thousands of times. The pain giving way to fear and confusion. And then nothing. Oblivion. Quite makes me giddy just to think about it.
I'll give you something to think about on your way back to hell.
But that simply would never do, would it? What about your daughter? Quite the dilemma. Damned if you do, and damned if you... Well, let's face it. You're just damned. Anyway, what I really came to inquire after was whether or not you'd join me for dinner tonight. A last supper, so to speak. Dress is formal, and please, do try to be on time.
Your heart is true, Goodwin. But this thing you do, it is for nothing.
I do not think so.
Judge for yourself.
Oh, Christoph, no! Christoph, talk to me.
He's still breathing. Get me some hot water. Who did this to you? Where's Raphael?
The Dark One took him.
How?
He surrendered. He surrendered himself for me.
Lie still. You're gonna be okay. Trust me. You knew this was going to happen.
Magda saw this, yes.
You did not warn us.
I warned Raphael. He chose not to heed Magda's counsel.
But why? How could Raphael walk into the clutches of Mallos?
Because it is the only way your friend will find the peace he seeks.
Peace? As in death?
If that is his fate.
No, that is not his fate.
Ah, my guest of honor. I'm delighted that you can make it. It's so seldom that I get to entertain anymore. Please be seated. I insist. Be gone. I can handle it.
I don't drink.
Why aren't I in the least bit surprised? Oh, very well. I rather thought we might start with the aspic. Or if you prefer, we could move right along to the haunch of boar. Or as my manservant liked to call him, Uncle Phil.
I don't eat.
Really? You are the life of the party.
My only purpose is to find my daughter. And see you on the end of my blade.
Is that so? Well, to think of all that bile boiling away from me after all these years. Truly, I'm flattered. Actually, I'm thrilled.
Where's Kiyomi? What have you done with her?
Well, I suppose I must have her somewhere. I'm just so forgetful these days.
Tell me!
You're going to have a fit that easily. This is just going to be too much fun. I've half a mind to keep you around for a while. Perhaps we'll start in the morning with some flaying and then move right along to the thumbscrews.
Do whatever you want with me. Just set my daughter free.
Let me think about that. No. Oh, dear, dear, dear. Given your remarkable ability to recover from the brink of death time after time, you and I could carry on like this for centuries. Suffering, healing, suffering in this endless cycle of pain. Still, it would be rather like having my very own Prometheus to torment for all eternity. In case you're wondering who Prometheus was,
I don't need a lesson in mythology, Mallos.
no, never mind. Speaking of mythology, I would love to see that sword of yours. What magic is it that allows you to keep it hidden from me, eh? Or does it only appear when you need it to? When you're sufficiently provoked? Yes, perhaps I ought to add your runty squire to the guest list, or a few of your gypsy friends as well. If your anguish proves uninspiring, maybe theirs will prompt your cooperation.
We'll have to lay low for a couple days, Christoph. Some of those wounds are very deep.
No. We have to flee this evil place. We'll pack up tonight, and we leave at the first light.
But what about Raphael?
And our women?
Our women are already lost to that devil's spawn. Their souls are no longer their own. And your friend Raphael, he can rot in a dungeon. Let him enjoy the fate he cast me to.
He traded his life for yours.
He made a bargain.
You don't know what you're talking about. You can't let him do this.
Magda is only a simple Shivani. Christoph's word is law.
If he says we go, then we must go.
So you're just gonna pick up stakes and leave after all that's happened?
Goodwin, we are gypsies. That is what we do.
We've stayed at this dark place for too long. Staying any longer would mean death to us all. I'm sorry, Goodwin, but this is the way it has to be done.
I suppose you saw this coming, too.
Events have taken a new path. Magda does not yet know where it leads.
Well, when Magda does, I'd like to hear about it.
You don't know what you just missed.
May I be excused from this table?
I think not. We've got too much reminiscing to do.
I've never laid eyes on you before this day.
That much is true. But I've seen you before. You and your lovely wife. Makiko, wasn't it?
Don't you even say her name.
Makiko. Have you any idea the amount of suffering you caused her? Huh? She was promised to another, you know. Her entire family shunned her because of you. Their fortune lost.
We both knew the price of our love.
Love? Sticky, sweet, sickly passion. Like so much honey on the end of a spoon.
In time, we would have been accepted. But you took that chance away. You couldn't stand to know there was such love in the world.
It was intolerable! Wretched! I could smell it on the wind for miles. And then you brought that little Kiyomi into the world. A living, breathing testimony to your coupling. A crossbreed. Oh, your neighbors loved that. Did you enjoy being banished?
It made our love grow stronger. We relied on each other, so that nothing else mattered.
Exactly! My point exactly. I gave your life a purpose, my dear boy. Well, think about it. I mean, your love might have kept you ticking along for, what, 60 or 70 years at the very most. But your hatred of me, well, that's driven you for centuries. You should be thanking me. I've grown weary of our guest.
You haven't won yet.
No. I have you, and I have your child. And as Satan is my witness, you shall never see each other again for as long as I allow you both to live. Take him away.
Christoph, you cannot do this.
What do you have to say now, eh?
If you run now, Mallos will win.
I'll tell you a secret, Goodwin. He has already won. And if I don't get my people away from this in-hell place, he will claim even more souls. Dejo, count the chickens. Don't leave any behind, eh?
Raphael!
How dare you intrude on Magda?
That it was Raphael? You can see him.
He lives. But Magda does not know for how long it will be so.
Magda, Christoph will listen to you. Only you. I don't care about the politics of who gives the orders around here. I just know my friend needs help.
Your friend needs a lot more than that.
So you will talk to Christoph?
Christoph will not help him now.
Do I have to do all the rescuing around here myself?
Your friend Raphael has the heart of a lion. You have the heart of a sparrow. Where the lion fails, how does the sparrow succeed?
By knowing when to fight and when to fly.
If you've come to beg, the answer is still no.
I have not come to beg, I've come to bargain. You're a businessman, yes? You have to take care of your family?
I'm a gypsy. What has it to do with Raphael?
With Mallos dead, the castle becomes yours, and all the bounty in it. So why don't we saddle the horses and take the castle by force?
And you think the way to deal with gypsies is talk about money?
I thought it might make the idea of facing death a little more inspiring.
Yeah, you know your gypsy ways just because you fell for a gypsy girl. Do you really think you are the first gajo Erjiga is tempted with the sway of her skirts?
How can you say that about your sister?
You don't hear others laughing at you, huh? Yes, she has her charms, my Erjiga. But the ones she buys from Magda are the most potent of all.
Love spell.
Now be gone before I turn the dogs on you.
Easy, friend. Don't despair. Demons feed on our misery like. Magda. Don't worry, friend. I'm getting us out of here. I promise.
Here he comes. Oh, this is good.
Where are you going?
Way.
You are going to the castle of the Dark One.
Lucky guess.
You don't know the way. Let me come with you.
I know these woods like the back of my hand. Your place is here, Dejo. Your people are pulling out.
I can catch up.
I said no, Dejo. Or were you dropped in your head?
What about Erjiga?
Tell her I had to go.
Here he comes. Forget about snatching the runt. Just kill the witch and get your bristle back here.
By all that is divine, what must a shamania do to have some peace around here?
What hex is this?
It's not a hex. It is an unhex. This had better be important.
It's about Goodwin.
Magda does not have time for cow-eyed love stories.
I think Christoph has told him lies and sent him away.
Your brother has not been the same since his return from the castle. Sit. Magda will explain.
Guard! Get Mallos down here! I demand to see him! Do you hear me? Get him down! You wouldn't be so bold if I was free of these chains, would you, huh? Would you? Huh?
Hey!
Well done.
No keys.
So long as the Dark One's alive, I'm safer here. But get Mallos.
Who goes there? Deja,
I came to help you save Raphael.
I don't need your help.
But you are going the wrong way.
No, I'm not. I'm circling around to maintain the element of surprise.
Then we will circling around together.
What about Laosh? He'd be lost without you.
I should have thought of Lash.
Yeah. Let's get you back to the camp before your people move out.
Is that way?
Yes, I know it's this way. I was just testing you.
I have a message for you, Shivani. From Mallos himself.
She's been expecting you. Pig.
And I have something for you.
Excuse me.
A soldier of the Dark One! Stop him!
Master, I need your help!
I think you've fractured my snout.
I think you fractured my hand.
Release me. Lord Mallos will make you pay for this.
He's the pig who tried to kill me.
And now it is his turn.
No. He may be of use to us.
Careful with that.
A gift from your Dark Lord? Thank you for the trinket. But I can't say much for your messenger.
Tell that annoying Shivani her days are over.
Your days are at an end, Shivani.
We shall see. But your master will not.
Tobias! Tobias! Answer me, you worthless swine! This is unacceptable! Unacceptable!
You have been given the gift of speech. I suggest you use it well.
You'll get nothing out of me.
You were right. Set him on horseback and send him back to his master's castle. Mallos will know how to deal with him.
No, wait a moment. Perhaps we can come to some kind of arrangement. You see, I was not always this man you see before you.
He was a bore.
The point is, I wish to be one again.
Transformation is very powerful magic.
Yes, it is. What about it? Eh?
The pig is right. We have no choice. Is there a way to enter the castle undetected?
Yes, there is. There is a path below the causeway that leads to a narrow cliff. If you fleet of foot, you can scale the wall of the castle and gain entry. What about your part of the bargain, witch?
It shall be done.
You did it. You actually did it.
We shall feast on roast boar tonight.
Woodman, wait! You left without saying goodbye.
Erzika, we have a lot to talk about, but right now we can only worry about Raphael and Christoph.
But what of us?
It's all happened so fast. How do I know that Magda has
You
not...
thought it was a spell?
Well, now that you mention it.
Goodwin, you felt the same thing for me the moment our eyes met. If that was a spell, then you cast it on me as well.
I must go.
You there? Hey.
Take him! Alive! I want him alive!
You are a slippery one. Still afraid to face me? Hardly. Still, I was right about your sword. It does seem to appear when you need it to.
It served me well, and it will again.
Pick it up. It looks ordinary enough.
As most deadly things usually do. With or without my sword, Mallos, I'm gonna rip you apart.
You know, Raphael, at first it seemed like a lot of fun to have you around the castle. But your company started to bore me far sooner than I'd anticipated. You've recovered from a lot of wounds in your time on this earthly plane, my friend. But let me assure you of this. When I'm through with you, my finest taxidermist won't be able to stitch it back together again.
That's some castle.
You really make terrible pets. What have you done to Raphael? Nothing, as of yet. I rather thought you should bear witness, seeing as you can anticipate the same fate. You're a monster. You do me a disservice, sir. I'm much more than that. I am, in fact, the devil incarnate. I'm proud of it. I shall hunt down your Shuvani and kill her with my bare hands. One by one, you will watch each of your kind perish until you are extinct. And then, my gypsy friend, it will be your turn.
Take him.
We're in. Oh.
Welcome, stranger. What brings you our way?
You're not surprised to see us.
Not terribly. Come. We've been expecting you. Magda sent word you were coming.
Where does it lead?
To the very bowels of the inner core. The dungeon.
And how was it that you came across the keys to the castle?
The Dark Lord forces us to replenish his stores from time to time.
No, Dijon. As soon as I set Raphael free, I will come back for you and these people. Let them through the door.
Goodwin, this is my battle, too.
Very well. If we are not back in 10 minutes... Never mind, I don't want to think about it.
Christoph. I'm sorry.
Well, at least we made a fight of it. I really hate boldness in the face of certain death.
We made it.
It's Deja, we are saved!
I'm really looking forward to this. What shall I have him start with, eh? Your fingers? Your eyes? Or your ears?
Isn't that typical of you? You don't even have the guts to do it yourself. All you can do is kill women. That's more your style.
Oh, now you've insulted me.
Damn! This laugh is not going to stop us.
Do it yourself, demon.
We'll come back and free you, I promise. You're safer here.
Give me that sword.
Raphael!
Angel.
I should have killed you at first sight.
Kill him!
He who fights and runs away
is still a coward.
Oh, I'm wounded.
Not yet.
You really have to go?
Yes. Now more than ever. I love you, Erzika. But Mallos is still out there, and for your sake and everyone else's, he must be stopped.
But Magda said we will be together.
And we will be, someday.
If not in this life, then the next. I will haunt your dreams, Goodwin. One day I will find you and you will find me. And we will be together again.
You will meet this devil again. Magda has seen it.
Will I win? Will I see my daughter again?
I see a sunny day. A beach. A woman with flaxen hair is by your side. A young woman with black hair lies in the sand. You go to her.
This young woman. Could it be Kiyomi?
It is too far off.
I wish you could tell me more.
The fates are on your side.
I just wish the fates would move a little faster.
You have time. All the time you need.
The following morning, Goodwin and I traveled with the gypsies to a fork in the road. They went one way, and we went the other.
Hey, do you think that I might be the flaxen-haired girl Magda told you about?
Well, if you want to believe what a gypsy fortune teller has to say.
Wow, it's so wild. So maybe more than 200 years ago, we were destined to be together.
You told her everything, didn't you? How could you do that?
Come on.
I think it's sweet.
Besides, we don't keep secrets amongst us.
No, not many.
Any luck?
No. Guess it was just wishful dreaming.
Do you really believe what Urjika said about the two of you being destined for each other?
I did then. Guess I still do. You guys hungry or something? You want some pizza?
Has the strength that is my soul's
You have enough room for your research, and he'd get his own space back.
Rafe?
Is she alive?
She's breathing.
No, can't be. It's my daughter. Kill me.
How come I like to buy a dying?